Hello everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Avernum 6. Last episode we took a quick peek at the Horn Gate. We took a look at this area right here, which, well, the Slith have managed to control some cliffs so they can actually look south on us. Not very good. And took a look over here where we found some Sliths summoning demons. And finally spoke with Kalis S. the Man-Burner. I think it's Kalis S. Kalen S. Something like that. Something S. the Man-Burner. We may as well just call her the Man-Burner. She only had a shade there, but still. Now, well, I think we're right outside the city of Cotra, so it's time to take a look here. You are close to Cotra, one of Avernum's most famous cities, and its most abused. Cotra has been ruined twice in its short life, once during the Empire invasion and again in the time of Shades. And now, in this current crisis, it looks like this port city is about to be abandoned once again. There are few lights. Nobody travels in and out. Only one lonely cook fire glows from within the crumbling walls. The gates are surrounded with debris and abandoned furniture left behind by refugees who found that they needed to lighten their loads. And I just remembered, we actually have a quest to turn in. The Stout-Horned Drake Gate one. Yeah, I'll be back in a sec while I go turn that in. It'll only take a moment. Do I speak with you? Oh, by the way, Captain Verbier, Wetzel was being influenced by Empire infiltrators. I destroyed them. You tell Verbier what has been going on. And right under our noses, too. I'd heard stories about the Darkside Loyalists, but I had no idea that a few pitiful remnants were still active. I still don't like outsiders poking around in our affairs, but I'll admit it, you've done us a real favor. Of course. Now, I believe we report in to you. You tell the mayor everything you saw at the Horned Gate. That is valuable information. Well done. One less thing for us to worry about. You are paid a generous satchel of gold coins. We've got a lot of coins. We can improve some spells if we really wish to. Which we may. Huh. Into Cotra. I don't know how long it's going to take, so we may as well. Right. Sorry about that brief detour. To Cotra. Danger. Turn back. Cotra is trapped. If not a soldier, stay out. Wow. Cotra really is in ruins. Well, as I do, I'm looking around the outside. And that's the outside. I suppose it's probably best if we start in the eastern side. Huh, stairway to the sewers. Will be interesting to look in. When you enter Cotra, you find that the abandonment of the city has advanced far more than you suspected. The buildings within have been mostly or completely torn down. The city walls, or what is left of them, surround a hollow shell. There's a camp of Avernite soldiers in the east side of town, the last residents of Cotra. Perhaps they can tell you more about what is happening. We already know a bit about that. We'll speak with you in a bit. I suppose we should do some exploration first. Oh. You speak to the soldiers camped in Cotra. They are a tired, undersupplied, demoralized lot. Many of them are Cotrans, and spending long weeks tearing down their city is understandably difficult for them. Still, they understand the necessity of the job. They only want reinforcements to come and help them complete it quickly. They do not have adequate defenses to hold off a decently sized Slith raiding party. Lovely. Door is locked and can't get in any case. Alright. The commander of Cotra is sitting by the fire watching the other soldiers as they carry out the tiresome work of tearing down walls and hauling away blocks. When she sees you, she isn't pleased. She rises and says in dignity, I am Commander Myrana. What are you doing here? Didn't you see the signs? Cotra is closed off. Only soldiers with orders can be in here. It is hard, dangerous work, and you'd only be in our way. Head out. I have orders from the castle. I was sent here to help you. Commander Myrana looks surprised, although she doesn't seem pleased. Really? The castle is finally helping us? And they sent you? I didn't expect much, and I got less. Still, if you are here, I have no choice but to use you. What is happening here? I think that is clear enough. Cotra is being destroyed, torn to the ground. Soon there will be nothing left here but piles of rubble. Rubble with no military value. Why is this happening? Because we can't hold Cotra anymore. We don't have the soldiers, and there weren't enough people left here to make the town worth saving. But its defenses were strong. If the Sliths got in here, we'd have a really hard time shaking them out. So we're raising the city so that we don't leave anything behind for them. What happened to the townspeople? Most of them already left. There was no food, and the Slith horde terrified them. The few stubborn folk that remained, we gave them some food and kicked out. They're refugees now. Better that than letting them be killed here. What do you think of this plan? I think it's mad. I told anyone who'd listen. Stupid waste of a good fort, and I think that nobody wanted to hear what I had to say. So I have to follow orders. Kinda agree with you. Commander Myrana sits by the cavewood fire watching the soldiers. They occasionally approach her, exhausted, to get guidance regarding what wall to tear down next. Then she goes back to reviewing maps and eating. Attaining such a high rank definitely has advantages. What are the soldiers doing? They're tearing down the buildings on the inside of the city. Once they're all down, all that will be left is the sewers and the walls. The Sliths could hide in the tunnels or behind the walls, so both have to be destroyed. That would have been a tough job, but then Sage Asterios showed up. He said he could solve that problem. He could destroy it all in an instant. It would be an experiment to him, he said. Where was Asterios from? The surface. He's an Empire sage, an alchemist. He was sent down here when the Great Portal was destroyed looking for supplies to purchase. Once he saw he was trapped, he started looking for ways to make himself useful, and to test out his new concoctions on us. What does Asterios want to do? He says that he can destroy the walls and the sewers in a minute. Then he can summon some huge fiery cataclysm. That was his word, cataclysm. He said he would use alchemy, not magic. We got word from the castle. They already knew all about that Empire sage in our lands. Asterios could do what he said, they told me. Our orders were, get him what he wants and let him do his work. Where is Asterios now? We lost him, and that brings us to exactly why we need you. Great. Can I get some supplies or training? Oh, we don't have much. Everything we could spare has gone to Asterios to make his... I don't even know what he calls them. Talk to Cohen, she might have a little to spare for you. What did Asterios ask for? Strange things. Sulfur, coal from the fire, rocks, trash, plants. No idea why he wanted any of it. Not my job to ask. Gunpowder. I had my expectations right from the beginning, but sulfur, coal, certain rocks, trash. Well, I don't know what the trash is, but plants. It's gunpowder. He's making gunpowder and just regular explosions. Or black powder, I guess. Or whatever you want to call it. Explosives, bombs, all that stuff. That's what he's making. What do you need from me? Yes, do business. If this foolishness is to happen, we'd better get to work. Sage Asterios did everything he had to destroy Cotra, and then he left the city with one of our patrols. And we lost him. He's probably dead. A real shame, that would be. You should see if you can find him. If you do, bring him back. He's the only one that knows how his casts work. Where did he go? One of my scouts saw movement at the old tannery to the west in the outskirts of town. I sent a patrol to investigate. Asterios wanted to go with. I let him. None of them came back. Bad luck, too. He was going to destroy Cotra the next day. As for where he ended up, I mean where his body ended up, I have no idea. Why did you let him leave? Tread lightly, you are talking to a superior, and I won't take any insubordination. Asterios was a sage, flighty, easily distracted. His alchemy probably left him with a soft brain. Maybe he wanted to walk along and look for herbs. Doesn't matter, the council told me to do what he said, so I let him go. Have you sent soldiers to look for the sage? You take me for an idiot? They scoured the woods and fens to the west. They didn't have the numbers or equipment to hunt in the tunnels, so I didn't make them. Wouldn't matter if I had sent them down there. If Asterios ended up in the tunnels, he'd passed through a chitrack by now. Great. Chitrack tunnels. Alright then. Who are you? An alchemical workshop has been set up in one of the crumbling buildings. Looks like it has seen heavy use. The floor is stained and burned from spills, and bits of odd black powder are everywhere. A young apprentice mage is sweeping up. You wonder if he is still under a vow of silence until he answers a question by speaking. Welcome. I am apprentice Gijon. Do you need anything from our workshop? He is very nervous, but he is doing a good job of hiding it. You only rarely notice his hands shaking. Can you tell me about this workshop? We set it up for Sage Asterios when he came here. Orders from the castle. Give him everything he needed. And this is where we brought him his supplies and watched him make the casts. He's also well equipped to heal any soldiers wounded in their patrols. Should you need assistance, please ask. How would you assist him? Cleaning, grinding, weighing, the sort of things they make us all do at the Tower Colony to punish us. I wasn't insulted, though. I've been in 2 battles with the Horde. I'd rather wash bowls. What exactly did he make? I don't know. Some new concoction of his own recipe. The Empire allowed him to come to the underworld to work on it. He said they didn't want him making the stuff in their own cities. So when he heard that Cotra would be destroyed, he volunteered to aid us. Not sure what he was making, but it was vile-smelling and dangerous. Tell me about the casks. They are small barrels. He had us stain them red as a warning. He made powder and put it in the casks. Then he had us carry them into the sewer. He told us to never let any fire get near them, and believe me, we did what he said. Yeah, it's pretty obvious what they're making. How long have you served in the war? Not long. A few months. I completed my apprenticeship and volunteered, and they sent me up here right away. Didn't give me a chance to change my mind. Why did you join? An odd question. I wanted to protect Avernum. You know our history. In times of crisis to survive, all must do that they can. Otherwise, we all fall. And have you battled the Slizirikai? He gets a haunted look. I don't want to talk about it. I was no fool. I knew there would be no glory in the battles, just ugliness, but... Even then, I don't want to talk about it. I'll just follow orders and keep fighting until Avernum is safe from the Horde, and I can go home. Apprentice Gijon continues to clean and maintain the workshop. He's a mage, not an alchemist, so he can't make anything. But he can keep the equipment in good working order. He works slowly so that his shaking hands don't break anything. You need anything else? Can you teach me any magic? Oh no, I have barely only left the tower myself. If I taught you, you'd probably only end up burning your hands off. Okay then. There's a sergeant standing in the corner here, tearing apart several crates with a hammer and a pick. She takes the freshly liberated cavewood boards and stacks them off to the side. When she sees you, she is eager to take a break from her labors. She wipes her brow with her sleeve and says, Greetings! I'm Sergeant Cohen. Don't see many new faces here. I'm the quartermaster. She kicks an empty crate. Though I have little left to hand out. What are you doing? I'm tearing apart these boxes, making boards. Seem the best use of my time. We don't have any food to put in them. We don't have much of anything. Why do you need boards? To burn, to make fortifications in preparation for the inevitable Sith attack, to... well, build new crates, I suppose. Still, we are generous here in Cotra. If you need a board or something, please help yourself. Yeah, sure. We'll, keep that in mind. Do you have enough supplies to survive? No, but that isn't stopping anyone else. We fish and forage. If things get bad enough, we'll see if chitracks are edible. Well, I do remember that one guy who said that chitracks were quite tasty. Sergeant Cohen continues to tear apart a crate. This is pointless, I know, but we could use boards more than boxes, so I keep busy. You're the quartermaster? I am. It used to be less of a joke. We were outfitted to be here for a while. We had more soldiers and more equipment. Then we were transferred away and others died, and we were stuck here for months. Still plenty to do, though. Had to find supplies for Asterios. Have the Slizirikai attacked? Not yet. We're still protected by Fort Duvno, and we have a good defensive position. I don't think they realize how few soldiers we have. But that will change soon. We've seen their scouts. If we don't complete our work here and find a new position soon... She shakes her head. What did you get for Asterios? Ha! What didn't he ask for? To make his casts, or whatever they are, he wanted charcoal, and herbs, and wood, and some things that are too disgusting to describe. He worked and kept us busy for several months. Now me, I think he is mad, but if he helps us to destroy Cotra, we didn't waste the time. Do you agree that they should destroy Cotra? I do. It's a hard choice, but it's the right one. Do you know how to reproduce Asterios' work? Not quite, but we have all been watching him carefully. When Cotra is destroyed, I'm sure we'll all be sent to the castle to say everything we found out about his recipes. If he really has something that can destroy a city wall in a moment, well, that is something everyone will want. Very true. Everyone would want gunpowder. Can I get some supplies? Well, we can't. Wait, I heard the commander was sending you to find Asterios so we can complete our mission and go home. You can have everything you want. I'll unlock the storeroom for you. Can I get more supplies? We really have given you all we can spare. I have a feeling that... Yep, that's the storeroom. Healing elixir, energy elixir, spellward scroll, halberd, helmet, greaves, return life. Okay then. Back to looking around this place a bit. Gonna have to. Another stairway down into the sewers. We'll explore in there in a bit. Eventually. Interesting. There must be another way to get... Oh, there it is. Hidden passage. So what's in here? Just a nest with corrupting baton and copper coins. I feel like my throat's I feel like my voice is going. Bloody hell. Yeah, everything in town is being destroyed. I wonder what this will look like after the end. Alright. I think we still have a bit of time left. Let's take a look in the sewers. We may as well. And down we go. You descend into Cotra's sewers. They are not as advanced as those of Silvar or Almaria. Every time the Cotrans tried to expand them, some calamity interrupted their work. There's a heavy smell in the air down here, but not what you expect. It is a sulphurous stink that burns your nose and makes you cough. It smells like an alchemist has been hard at work down here. You note a trail of black powder on the floor. Specks of it lead through the gate to the south. Well, we can't go through that gate. Okay, what about the other path? Can we go through this one at all? Nope. No way in. I have a feeling this is probably going to be the end thing. We're going to go down and take a look down there. Alright. Well, we still have a little bit of time, so, you know what? I'm going to see if I can find mages who can train us in spells. We could use some more training, I think. Alright. We'll start with the castle and then go to, Spire, I think, is where we're getting better, cleric spells. Which I think is the main thing we need. Also, now that I think about it, we got a lot of flawless crystals. I think we can sell a couple of these to you. Come on. Sell one, 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 sell one. Yeah, it's small, but it's fine. Every little bit of coin helps. Alright. Wow, Fort Duvno is way away. Alright, first up the castle. I think that's where we get the mage training we need. Can I receive training? Advanced magic? Huh. I guess not. Yeah, Terra is the only one that's not trained, so, okay. Instead, we'll go to Spire and get the clerical training. Priest training. Whatever you want to call it. Either way, we could use it. Spire. And here we are. Bit of a runaround because this is how the spire was made. And teach me spells. Control foe, divine fire. Alright, those are improved all the way. Ward of Steel would be nice, but we can't trade it anymore. Used up all our coins to improve those two spells all the way to the end. You know what, I'm fine with it. We'll be getting more coins soon, I think. Alright. Actually, now that I think about it, I think we could actually talk about the Dark Side Loyalist spell. So, back to Fort Saffron, tell Commander Mello, we may as well. I think we can. Turning in a quest that we looked at a while ago that I forgot to actually turn in. Yeah. Look, I'm just finding ways to spend time so this episode isn't too short. No, wait, Commander Mello. No, we can't actually tell her. I guess we do need to kill him. Oh well. No biggie. Okay, so we'll take a look at the area to the west. You know what? Before I go, I just want to take a quick look at the areas around where we were, where we've looked through, to see if maybe there are some mushrooms that I missed. Because I know there's some diseased mushrooms we need to find somewhere. I just have no idea where they could be. Gotta be somewhere. I just don't know where. Probably by some water, I'd imagine. Or something. There would be like 6 of them, I think. Regular mushroom, regular mushroom. Yeah, I find mushrooms tend to grow near water, so we'd probably find them around there somewhere. No, not over there. Over here? No, it doesn't look like it. I don't think there were any around here. Oh, there was something we could look at over here. Gray mold. And also some bags of meal. Okay, then. Maybe there isn't actually any over on the east side. I feel like there should be. But for some reason, there's not. There wouldn't be any over there, I'm pretty certain of that, so... To the south here? These are mostly farms. I don't think there's it. No, there wouldn't be. Well, I don't think there'd be any in there. No, there isn't. These are all farms. There's nothing there. Maybe somewhere in here. Yeah, maybe not. Alright, I guess not. Alright then. Next episode, we'll take a look at the old tannery to the west that we were told to look at. We may find some clue as to where the guy's gone. But that'll be in the next episode. So, until then, I am Chester44, and that is Ortez, Michael, Amar, and Rika. This has been an Avernum 6 Let's Play, and I shall see you all next time.